we all have a story that we want to communicate with our work. And so if every picture tells a story, in the immortal words of Rod Stewart, what story are your textiles telling?
I just want to create rooms where people don't want to leave because they feel cozy and comfortable and they're pretty. However, I have been accused of, when someone came into my recent new bedroom, they asked me if I had nightmares when I was asleep.
What? Why?
Yeah, and I wanted to do a Sister Parish kind of cabbage rose pink and red flower. And I actually do love it now because, believe it or not, when everything is one fabric, it becomes a neutral. That's why I could never be a decorator, because I would try to sell that idea and I would be fired the first interview.
I have a lot of designers, female designers, that have learned design from their mother or their aunt or their cousin. So when I'm thinking about designing textiles, I always think about how, like, Meredith could relate to that. Or, and then there's another component, which is that I think the point of it all, we're creating like tools for designers. I'm just always thinking about, like, how can I create a great woven that Peter would want to use in Los Angeles, and where would this wallpaper go in a project in Florida, and how can I create these tools so designers can create these amazing spaces for their clients that hopefully their kids are inheriting and cherishing and loving and living well in. Those are kind of two kind of stories that I think about when I design.
I grew up in England where a lot of people had links to travel and to empire. I mean, it sounds really un-PC right now, but a lot to do with India and Asia and Africa. So for me, somehow innately, I like those sort of the tribal patterns, that geometric patterns and the contrast and the colors just really hit me off the head.
Color.
I like it more muted. I like the designs a little bit more soft, a little bit less regular.
No purple and orange for you.
And a lot of it is this sort of nostalgia, I guess.
Because interiors evoke such a feeling for me, it's how I want to feel in the space. So I hope that my fabrics give a feeling of sense of place. I grew up on a ranch, so my fabric is sort of a transition between the indoors and out. And whenever I'm in a space, I want to be stimulated by something that's interesting, that it belongs in that environment.
And I guess the tale just needs to have a happy ending, and as long as y'all's personalities are involved in your work, there's going to be a happy ending.